Welcome to the Dirt Couch Podcast. Camping Edition. Part 2.
Spooky Ghost.
Really part 3, but we'd never published the second one we did. Yeah, I already did like an intro. I already did the spooky business. Welcome to Dirt Couch Podcast.
We have 2 scary stories for you.
Wait, your tent's broken. I fixed it. Okay.
Okay, so
Rage, you started it off last time, so you started off this time.
it's 8 p.m. and the boys have meet up in the city central park to begin their trick-or-treating. That was
Then it goes to me, and then it goes to Cameron.
That's just the background. I haven't started yet.
Oh, okay.
First, we start off with James. Ow. He's a white male, bald, very tall. That is James, tall, bald, 8-year-old. I don't know how old these guys. Teenager, 16.
No, that's way too old. Like 11.
Yeah, like 12.
Okay,
Yeah.
12.
16-year-olds don't go trick-or-treating.
3 characters, so we should all name a character.
Okay, and then the next character is Jello. And he is very short and very fat. Runs very slow. His name is Jello. He is Jello the Slow.
That's all you know about Jello?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Slow Jello.
Next character is Freddy. He's tall, got brown hair, he wears the top hat, likes to sing. The initials are
That it?
F. Yeah, that's about it.
Frank Fontaine. Okay. The boys. James, Jello, and Freddy. How old is Freddy?
Oh, he's 11.
Sure.
Jello is 11 also.
Okay. James, Jello, and Freddy begin their trick-or-treating in the rich block, and they arrive at their
first
first
peanut
house.
on my floor.
That's crazy.
Sorry for the interruption. In the rich block. Were you done?
Have to go to their first house.
Okay. James, Jello, and Freddy walk up to their first house, but then they realize that they forgot to dress up for Halloween, so they all go back home. 1 hour later, they meet back up in their new costumes. Jello is wearing a costume of, Cameron, you say. Your turn.
Jello is dressed up as the main character from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Jello's fat.
I know. Freddy is dressed up as a seems to be like some sort of bear. Don't know
Wizard of
why.
Oz.
And James is dressed up as obviously he's dressed up as a lightning bug
That's so stupid.
because of course.
The shining
now that
bulb on
they're
his
all-
head. Never mind.
And now that they're all dressed up and ready, wait, Jack, did you say that they already meet up, right?
I said that.
Yeah.
You really are not
No.
listening.
No, they had to re-meet up, Rage. Clearly you're not listening.
Yeah, they had to re-meet up, yeah.
Yeah, they
They met
weren't
back up.
dressed. Yeah, okay, so now
They
that
were
they're
just
all
nude.
ready and met back up, they head to rich, the richest of rich people's house,
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Bezos' house.
Okay. As they're walking down the street, they arrive at Mr. Bezos' house. A house. It is very tall, but very skinny. It's like Lord Business's
Like my
tower in the Lego movie. They knock on the big bright door, or I mean they ring the doorbell, and what opened the door was not Jeff Bezos.
oh no.
As the door creaked open, Jello, James, and Freddy were trembling in their costumes. You could practically hear the fat sloshing around in Jello's arms. James was standing front and center, prepared to meet whatever was gonna be on the other end of that door. Hopefully, it was candy. This was exactly what Jello thought as well. As a matter of fact, that's all Jello thought. Freddy was not thinking at all. The door creaked open, and on the other side of it,
Opened up an old man dressed in 50s looking like butler outfit, butler attire, and he said in what's the word I'm looking for, groggly grog. He
gravelly.
said in his gravelly voice, "Thank you." No, that's not what he said, but he said, "Wait, what is it? Wait, no, they don't say anything. The kids said in their childish voices, 'Trick or treat.' I've been trick or treating in a while." And then the old man stared down at them for 20 seconds before saying anything. And then he looked up and inside the house, inside the entrance of the house, and said, "Yes, yes, I have just what you're looking for." And proceeded to grab.
Crap, what?
I don't know, babe. What do you
Your
grab?
turn.
No.
You say.
Wait, so the old guy looks up and he just grabs something?
Looks down and reaches
Oh.
behind the door to
He
grab
looks at the
something.
kids. They say, and then he just looks away, and then looks back at, like, goes back into the house, and like proceeds to grab something.
Yeah.
So
He goes back into the house to grab his thing. 5 seconds later, the door opens again. He's like, "Oi, why aren't you dressed nice today, kids?" And from behind his back, he pulls a rubber batarang.
what?
He drops it in each kid's little Walmart bag. He's like, "Off you go."
Freaking Alfred.
The kids, not very satisfied with what they got from from the butler at Jeff Bezos' house. They reluctantly walked away, their heads down towards the ground. But Jello, with one thought on his mind, this sweet, sweet rush of candy, he thought, there must be candy inside that house. He told James and Freddy, we need to go back into the house. We need to find a way in and take his candy.
James notices a window on the first floor that seems to... What the...
Moving on.
Like, sir, are you okay? James notices to the left of the doorway on the first floor a window is creaked open enough to where they could slip in. He tells the other two, and they think about whether or not they should do this. Jello, with the lust in his eyes for that delicious nectar, immediately walks over to the window. The other two quickly follow.
Okay. The three kids go through the window, and the first thing they see is a bunch of clothes on the floor. And they're like, and James is like, being the smart and considerate guy of the group is like, someone else has been here. There are 2 doors in this room. Both of them are locked. Joe's like, how are we getting out of here? I don't know. James is like, you gotta find a way out of this room. It's gotta be some puzzle, obviously. That's it.
Freddy. Oh, you're not done?
No, that's it.
Okay. Freddy, been silent this whole time, takes a almost scan of the room and moves toward one of the doors. He tries to twist the handle and sees that it's locked. He looks at the other door and tries to twist the handle, but sees that it's slightly rusted. Freddy approaches a cabinet in the corner of the door and seems to scan it. Jello walks over to him and realizes what he's doing. They open the cabinet and they find a keychain with 100 keys on it. Cameron, it's your turn. Stop
Freddy,
eating.
I know. I was just waiting for my
You're
ears
Jello.
to stop ringing.
Okay.
Freddy grabs the keys and puts them in his pocket. He walks over to the door, looks back at the keys, and realizes he doesn't want to try every single key. Bless you, Monty.
You're welcome.
So the kids look for another way out. James and Jello head off into the kitchen, of course. Of course the way it goes. And Freddy looks around to see maybe if the butler is there.
Are
Make
you
sure they don't
retarded?
get caught. What?
The room only has 2 doors. There's no kitchen.
Yeah.
Oh, they're locked in the room? I thought they were just in
Yes.
the room.
They are
Yeah,
just
in
a
our
room
room.
with 2 doors. The one is still open.
Oh, I
Retarded.
clearly wasn't listening. Okay, well. Huh. Okay, scratch everything I said minus the keys.
My turn.
Freddy grabs the keys, right? Goes to the door. But then he starts like slowly going one by one, checking all the keys on the lock. Meanwhile, Jello and James start looking around to see what else they can find.
Okay.
I'll listen harder, trust me.
There's a couch in the left corner. Jello, being really fat and he can't really stand, he goes and sits on the couch. But then the cushion drops and he falls down a large hole. He lands. He's like, oh! James goes over and looks down the hole. He's like, Jello, you okay? Dead silence. James, with his firefly costume, he points his head down the hole and shines the light. He's like, over here. Look. Freddy looks down. It was a long metal square hole. And at the bottom, there was Jello lying there with a bunch of bodies. Blood, guts. This is like a good,
Jigsaw.
30 feet down.
Oh crap.
Oh, Jello's dead.
So Jello just
He's
dies.
gone. He's dead.
Dang.
James, like, we gotta do something, we gotta save him.
Who said that?
James.
Oh. So it's my turn now?
Yes.
No.
Freddy decides that checking each key was stupid and he would use his robot powers to stick his hand into the keyhole and figure out the
What?
shape of the key and then match it to one of the keys, and he does that. He does that and opens the door with the non-rusted handle with one of the keys. Now with the door open, they have to make a decision. They have to either leave Jello in there or try to save him. Freddy decides that they should leave him. What does James say?
James says that they, of course, can't leave him. He's one of the bros. He's one of the boys. And then Freddy rebuttals with, but it was his idea to come in here in the first place. James eventually decides that he can't deal with Freddy and starts looking for a way to save him on his own. He notices a drawer, some sort of desk nearby, and he goes to look inside the drawers to see what he could find. He opens one of those drawers, and inside of it he sees
He sees a rope and a double-barrel shotgun. This might come in handy later. Wait, who opened the drawer?
James.
James.
So Freddy
He's
and James are split up now.
James yells and he's like, "Hey!" And Freddy turns the corner and looks at James. James says, "I got a rope. You hold the rope and grapple me down there." Freddy's like, "Okay." So, at the corner of the hole, Freddy is holding a rope while Skinny James is going down the side of the wall. And when James finally reached the bottom, he thought he saw he thought he saw the worst thing in his life, but there was more.
The rope snaps. James falls in with Jello, but only at about 10 feet high above the ground, so obviously he is uninjured. Freddy realizes that he just lets go of the rope and decides to continue on his own. Freddy walks out of the room and goes down a hallway. To be continued for Freddy. But James, down in the hole, he finds Jello, and he wakes him up with a swift slap of the cheek. Which one?
Left. Oh, it's my turn.
Yes.
James wakes up Jello from his slumber. The fall had knocked him unconscious. Jello wakes up in a panic, and James tries to calm him down and reassure them that they're going to be fine. James then turns on his light, on his fire, his lightning bug costume, and looks around the dark room. And they start to hear noises around them. Some sort of like around them.
Sound like
and
this?
they different,
A little different.
and they hear it getting closer and closer and closer until
Okay. The sound seems to stop. Jello is kind of out of it still, so James goes to investigate. He turns the corner, quickly moved a couple bodies out of the way. They looked like kids, just his age. And what he sees the purple lean minions on all fours, eating the corpses of these children that have fallen into the hole. James quickly sees them. He quickly just turns around the corner. He's like, I gotta get out of here. He goes back to Jello, attempts to lift him up and put him on his shoulders, but that wasn't going to happen.
leave him for dead, James.
Another
Do it.
tunnel the other way than the purple lean minions. So he drags Jello in that direction.
James drags Jello down this dark and damp, body-filled crawl space, and all the whole time he hears the scuttling and the screeching of the little lean monsters eating bodies and crap. He thinks he hears one to his right, and as he makes a big shove or makes a big pull to get Jello closer to him, he shines his lightning bug light at the lean monster, and it seems to almost fry it. It makes a noise. Thinks James. They're afraid of the light. He continues down the hallway.
Bad Batch.
Huh?
This is like the Bad Batch episode from yesterday.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He wasn't even watching.
Yeah, I wasn't. But
True.
but he with the shotgun in his left hand, because that's still in the story. Remember about that? With the shotgun in his left hand, he says, "Jello, you awake?" Jello just says, "Yeah." Hold that shotgun. Jello holds the shotgun and points it behind them, just as a safety measure. They continue down the hallway until they hear a noise that doesn't sound like the lean monsters. It was...
Meanwhile, upstairs, Freddy is walking around trying to look for a different exit, or a exit actually, out of the horrible Bezos mansion. He hears not loud noises. He hears noises coming from the hole that James and Jello are down in, but he forgets about it and he leaves and walks away. He walks down a long hallway that seems to have many doors on either side. He listens into one of the doors and he hears talking. He puts his ear closer and he hears, "Oh wow. That's spectacular. Oh wow. Marvelous. Wow." And he quickly backs away because it's Owen Wilson.
Who?
Owen Wilson.
I don't know who that is.
He creaks open the door and looks in, and he sees Owen Wilson. And then he turns and looks at him, and he says, "Oh wow," and walks forward. But the bottom half of Owen Wilson is a spider. Freddy quickly slams shut the door and starts running down the hallway. He goes to the very end where there's a giant golden door with a sign on it that says Bezos. He stops at the door. He stops at the door and wonders if he should go in. When he turns around and he sees Owen Wilson standing behind him.
Guys, remember, this house does not have a lot of width, it has height. Meanwhile, James and Jello, they found what was making the strange noise. It looked like the butler. They saw the door, but with a cloak. They walked up to him, wary, and the butler says, "Hello, strange traveler. What are you doing here?" And they're like, "We've fallen down here, and we need help getting out." And the butler's like, "You've come for that. You come for Bezos's candy, his golden yummy candy." And James is like, "No, we came here for candy, but we're just trying to get out of here." And the butler's like, "I will help you get Bezos's golden yummy candy. In exchange, you have to help me get out of here. We just saw you at the door." He's like, "No, you didn't. That wasn't me. Us butlers, we've been cloned as security guards around Bezos's very, very large house. I've been down here, stuck down here." He's like, and the kids are like, "Okay, we're gonna go get the big golden candy, and we'll help you get out of here." And then they continue on through the tunnel.
My timbers are shivering right now.
They get to the end of a tunnel. There's a wooden door, but the door
What?
appears to be vibrating.
No.
The butler clicks one of the boards in the door, and it's almost like a button, like an electronic button. The door splits in two vertically and opens up. It's an elevator. Cameron, why are you the only one going? No, no. I
Are
wasn't
you
going.
ending it?
No, 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 no. The butler, James and Jello get into the elevator. At this point, Jello has reconstituted his bearings, so he's now up and holding the shotgun. The butler clicks buttons, and the elevator goes up.
Meanwhile, Freddy is freaking out because the giant Owen Wilson spider is standing only a few feet behind him. He starts freaking out and tries to open the golden door behind him, but he can't. He can't find a way to open it. And then all of a sudden, it opens. And standing inside is Jello, James, and the butler in an elevator. They pull him in real quickly and spam the button to go up to the floors. Go up to the next floor. The door shuts just as the spider Owen Wilson reaches the door. They start to head up. Freddy is freaking out, confused at what's going on. Rage.
James looks at Freddy with a frown. It's like, "Why did you leave us?" James said. Freddy had no response. He was still trying to get his bearings and recover. James looks at Jello and then points at points at Freddy. James is like, shoot him with the shotgun.
What?
Jello points the shotgun at Freddy, his hands shaking. He's at a dilemma. He's like, I don't know, James, he's our friend. James says, he left us for dead. Jello, his finger on the trigger, the butler, his hood covering his eyes has a smile, a very evil and bad, like, word come to the head.
Grin.
Very, a
Malicious.
Evil.
sus grin.
Devious.
Malicious?
Devious grin. Yes. He had a devious grin at watching all this proceed. Pass.
A shotgun blast rings through the ears of every person in the elevator. Everybody is stunned. Too stunned to see who got shot. Freddy. In 2 pieces on the floor. Jello looks at his shotgun and opens it. 2 shells still in the chamber. James and Jello look at the butler, and they see that he had a gun in his hand. The butler says, "I knew this would happen. They cloned him. That was not your friend. They already have him. Now we must save him. Get the candy and get out of here." As he says that, the elevator says, "Ding!" The doors slowly open.
James and the butler walk out into a huge open area that seems to be like a lounge with a giant flat screen TV on the wall. But Jello hesitates for a second to walk out. He looks down at his old friend's cloned corpse and notices something shiny. He looks on his pocket of his bear suit, and he sees a gift Jello had given him before they had left. It was a coin that was bent in half. Very rare. Quarter bent in 2. And when Jello saw this, he knew that had to be the real Freddy. This made Jello very frightened of the butler, but didn't want to accuse of anything as he was too scared. So he followed behind them, leaving the corpse of his friend. That's all I got.
They walk through the lounge. Very big lounge. Very big, with not much inside of it. And just a few couches and, I don't know, lounge tables.
The massive flat screen TV, don't forget that.
Oh yeah. 3 of them.
7 to
With the
be
3
exact.
couches.
Turn around.
I don't
They
see
walk.
TV behind me.
They walk through the lounge.
Oh, you meant in the story.
Getting their surroundings. Jello. He sniffed something.
Oh god.
He got on all 4s and
Scurried along.
no, he wasn't. He wasn't fully sure where it was coming from, so he was sniffing all angles. But then, around the center of the lounge, there was no on the roof of the lounge. He saw like kind of like a trap
The
door
ceiling?
thing. Yeah, but it was like an attic trap door. James, being very tall, opened it, and they figured out what that smell was. 20 lean minions started falling through the hole, going, "I like banana."
Okay.
He's like, and the butler's like, "The virus." Yes.
Jello gets up and starts firing the shotgun. He hits one with the first shot. Jello very surprised. He misses the second one because he's fat and stupid. James runs back to a couch. He flips the couch over to use as cover. He shouts, "Everybody get back here!" Everybody runs back to him. The butler's shooting minions as they fall from the sky. From the ceiling. "What are we going to do?" says the butler. Says Jello, I meant. The butler says, "I know a way."
Are you stupid? Deploy the garrisons.
Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's it. The butler just does that.
Butler's like, "Guys,
No,
we need to think of
the
something."
butler. No, I got it. The butler says, yells out loud, "Are you stupid? Deploy the garrisons!" And then they hear a loud. That's supposed to sound like a TIE fighter.
It actually does. It actually did.
A little bit.
Yeah, no, mate.
And then out of a very small, only about half a foot of a window, they see a very tiny TIE fighter. Very loud though. The TIE fighter comes blasting through the window. Very small. The TIE fighter's like maybe 2 inches. And it comes and it starts firing at the minions, right?
Uh-huh.
It's going, but every shot that hits the minions, the lead monster minions, it shrinks. Starts making them shrink. And you got tiny minions just around everywhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then James and the butler start stomping on the tiny minions, squishing them, and then Jello like and starts crawling around, starts gobbling them up as he goes. It just starts eating them.
That it?
And that's my story. That's
Okay.
What is at the end?
The lean monsters eradicated. The TIE fighter, the top latch opens up, and they see another butler, another cloned butler.
Oh.
And then the cloaked butler's like, "What are you doing here?" And he's like, "Long time no see, butler." And then they have a staring contest. And James is like, "Do you two know each other?" And then the cloaked butler's like, "Yes, this is Butler." The other butler says, "Long time no see."
Again?
Yes, again.
You got your it's okay.
Sam,
When
he's
the
very
voice actor
stuffed.
doesn't have a whole lot of time in the recording booth. What did
They,
you say?
in the middle of their staring contest, Sam, his belly got very enlarged from all the lean minions. He started vomiting purple, but this was just not ordinary puke. Jello was transforming. He grew bigger. Big, lean minion hands broke out of his skin, grasping, just flexing the hands. His belly burst into, like, minion parts.
Okay.
So Jello dies?
No, he turns into a worst lean monster.
Worst lean
He's
monster.
about
A worst lean
about
monster.
it's about a fifth of the size of the room. Jello turned into like an amalgamation of minion parts.
Inscription.
He's still very, very hungry. Pass.
He hungers. Your turn.
Oh, the two butlers don't care. They keep staring at each other because they're mad
Let's
at each
see.
other. James. James looks at them and says, "Are you mad? Look at what's going on behind you." And the butler that was in the TIE fighter breaks eye contact.
What?
What?
Oh, I just realized what you meant by the hatch. I thought you meant the one on the ceiling.
No, retard. The hatch from the TIE fighter. The butler that was from the TIE fighter.
So
breaks
wait,
eye
is he
contact.
tiny?
No. Oh, wait. Okay.
He's like an inch tall. Like half an inch.
Okay, when the butler got out, he enlarged himself. The butler breaks eye contact with the original butler that was with them, and looks at James and says, and begins to say something, but then the first butler pulls out a knife and stabs him in the stomach. James
Except
says,
who?
stabs the other
The other
butler
butler?
in the stomach.
Okay.
James says, no, like Darth Vader. And then a minion,
Really?
you know those sticky hand toys? A purple sticky hand toy looking thing grabs the butler with the knife and pulls him into the purple void and consumes it.
The lean entity.
James goes to the stabbed butler and says, "I promise I'll fix you." He takes the knife out and says, "Oh wait, my health teacher said I shouldn't do that." He puts it back in. The butler says, "Stop!" And then James says, "Oh wait, no, I have to take it out to sew the wound back up." He takes the knife back out. Stop! He puts it back in. Then the butler shoves James away, and then takes the knife out, and then pulls out a little healing gun thing, and sprays his stab wound with it. Shh. The butler says, "Don't touch me." And then they both get back up and look at the giant lean purple Jello.
Or Jello.
It's your turn, shut up.
The purple lean Jello minion creature, blob monster that he is now, it's starting to grow even bigger, starting to take up the entire room. James and the stabbed butler and the other butler start to panic. The butler opens up a secret door hidden in a wall behind one of the many giant flat screen TVs. He opens up the door and walks in. James follows behind him, looking back and saying goodbye to the stabbed butler, who is overtaken by the lean minion arms, grabbing him and pulling him in.
Sticky hand toy. Lean minion arm.
Lean sticky hand toy minion arm of Jello.
Ex-fisherman, ex-gamer, ex-fisherman again.
Yes.
That's a reference.
Um,
That's a reference.
they get into this dark room, the butler and James. And James is screaming at the butler, asking why he stabbed the other one. And the butler ignores James, but James keeps asking and yelling. And then the butler grabs a very curved dagger out of a wooden box and turns to look at James.
Okay. What butler's the one that's alive?
The one
cloaked
from
one
the
or the
Time
TIE
Fighter.
fighter one?
The original one, the original butler.
Oh,
What? Wait, what?
he was the one that died.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
original butler is the one
Is
who
that
died.
the one that? Oh,
The butler from the TIE Fighter.
I'm
The butler from
Yes.
the TIE Fighter got stabbed
yeah, no,
from
he
the other
stabbed
butler.
the other one. Yeah.
No. No, you retard. The butler that was in the elevator with them stabbed the butler who came out of the TIE
Yes.
Fighter.
That's what I said.
And then the butler who was
The
also
original butler is alive.
No, the original butler from the
no.
the original butler who was in the elevator with them got sucked into the minion. The big
No,
Jello
it was the one that
minion.
got stabbed.
No. The one who got stabbed
I'm the
healed
one who
him.
just told it. What do you mean?
No, I'm the one who said it.
No, I did.
There was only 2 butlers in the room. One got sucked into
Yes.
the minion, and the other one healed his wound,
Yes.
and they escaped. James and that
Yes.
butler escaped. That is the butler who came from the TIE
Yeah,
Fighter.
and it's the butler who was in the TIE Fighter that's alive.
Yes. Not the
Yes.
original one. That's the TIE Fighter
Yes,
one.
that's what I said.
No,
you
you said
said
the
the
original
original one.
No, the one in the TIE Fighter, the one that was originally in the TIE Fighter.
Moving
There
on.
was no second one in the TIE Fighter. There was only one. You're doing this on purpose.
Yes, I am.
Okay. We'll name him as. We'll name. For no more, so. To have more clarity, this butler is called Ty. He's like, call me Ty. For clarity reasons. And then, they hear Ty puts the dagger away in his little pantaloop, and they hear a big crash coming from the room they just exited. They go back in. Jello, enlarged so much that he went crashing through all the floors. They went to look down. They were so high up they couldn't even see the bottom. He's like, what he did. They go back into the dark room, and then there's some stairs. They go up the stairs to another room. They found this giant caramel apple. So it's like a pyramid. At the top of the pyramid, there's a giant golden apple. Giant golden caramel apple.
Like the
surrounded by
Easter egg.
like yeah. Surrounded by like a bubble shield.
Fortnite shield.
And then James points up there and he's like, we need to get that. That's it.
The butler looks at James and nods his head.
Ty.
Yes. Oh, but Ty looks at James and says, yes. Yes, we do, boy. But Ty hands the knife in a ceremonial fashion to James and says, use this knife to cut the apple from the peak of the pyramid. If you don't do this, this whole tower will come crashing down on us. James takes the knife and looks at the pyramid. They hear there's a noise behind them from the hallway that they just came from. Crink, crink, crink. It sounds like pointy footsteps tapping on glass. Crink, crink, crink. They hear a
Better not leave this up to me.
They hear a, oh wow.
Yeah, that's what I was going with.
James turns around. Ty, behind you! 3 spider legs stab Ty through the chest and pull him into the darkness. Wow! Wow! There's a munching sound.
Marvelous.
And as,
Truly spectacular.
and as James runs towards the sound, he hears crink, 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 and he realizes it's coming closer. Time to turn around. He runs up the pyramid.
He runs up the pyramid as fast as he can, getting to the top as quick as he could before the spider Owen Wilson grabs him. And then he hears behind him, "Wow, you think you're going to get the apple? Wow, I'm going to get you." And then Owen Wilson spider it starts going ham, start running as fast as he can at him, and he just hears. Well, now he's running up the pyramid now. So he's moved on to the pyramid, so it's not glass anymore. It's like
do the noise.
Yeah, do the noise for the running.
That was bad. It's not the same. Okay. That sounds like typing on a keyboard.
That's what it was. And then James trips and falls to the ground and turns around as the spider is just a couple feet behind him, and then Owen Wilson is standing above him now, and is like, "I'm gonna get you. What's your name, young man?" And he's like, James, and looks over and sees one of the. I'm assuming this is a natural pyramid that's just spawned in this tower. So he sees a brick that's cracked off of the pyramid, and he starts to reach for it. And then Owen Wilson is like, "Now I'm gonna eat you, just like I did to your friend's corpse that you left behind." And then he goes to stab him into the chest so he can eat him, and then James grabs the brick, and Owen Wilson, with his mouth gaped open wide, ready to nom on his innards, he yeets the brick right into Owen Wilson's mouth, and then he's like, "Oh, wow! Nice!" And then falls over dead, grounded style, on his back with his arms in the air like a normal spider.
Oh.
James stands back up, wipes the dirt off of his legs, and then turns around, walks a couple feet up to the apple, and then reaches to grab it, but is grabbed on his ankle, and turns around and sees Jeff Bezos. Ready to take it over?
Bezos says, "What do you think you are doing?" He
Why
steps
is he
back.
African?
I was wondering.
I don't know what it sounds like. What do you think you're doing? He steps back and lifts his hand out. James begins to float. Jeff Bezos being carried by the force. James is sent levitating towards the sky. Bezos says, "You did not know of the power I wield." And then James looked up. There were spikes on the ceiling. He was being lifted towards the spikes. As there was no stopping him from going up. He said his final wishes. He's like, But from the split second he was about to hit the ceiling spikes, the gunshot was fired.
A what?
And he's like, "I'm saved!" And then he starts falling. He's like, "Ah!" Then he was caught by a familiar face. It was Freddy. It wasn't the real one that was shot in the elevator. It was indeed a clone. This is the real Freddy. He's like, "I'm here. I'm going to save you." He's like, let's get this golden apple together. They cut the apple down, and they have the apple in their arms. Jeff Bezos' body is just sliding down the pyramid.
My turn.
Yes.
At the front entrance of Jeff Bezos's Lord Business Tower, Freddy and James walk out, each holding a half of an apple. Freddy looks at James and says, "This apple is acceptable." James looks at Freddy and says, "You know what, buddy? I think it is." They eat all of the apple. When I say all of the apple, I mean even the seeds. They both drop dead. The end.
Wait, I got one thing to add for the end.
They eat the seeds. Their
No.
stomachs start to hurt really bad. But in a couple minutes they are fine. Because that's not enough cyanide to kill you.
Your turn.
Give me just a second.
Bum 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 bum.
Okay. They eat the apple, get sick for a second, and then are fine, right? And then they start walking off back home together, talking about what they have done, and then slowly, everyone's vision, who is a eagle-eye view of watching this, third-person perspective, whatever it is, watching this, slowly fades to black, and then in the background you just hear.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, that is the best ending, dude. Oh my god. The freaking Left 4 Dead. That is the best. That is the end. That is the true end.
What
True
do we
ending
call this
of life.
one?
We should call this one,
A Night at Bezos.
A Night at... 5 Nights at Bezos's.
Yeah.
5 Nights at Bezos.
5 Nights at
Yeah.
Bezos's Tower.
I like it.
Also, Rage, I just want to let you know, I established earlier in the story that was the real Freddy, but it's fine.
But
Yeah, I thought...
I had contradicted it.
Yeah, that got really confusing. Like, I don't even know how the heck Darth Bezos died.
A gunshot.
Yeah, he got shot.
Oh, it sounded like you said drone
Freddy
shot.
shot him.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought the Jeff Bezos boss fight was lame. Thanks, Rage.
Yeah, I was hoping Bezos was going to be alive when it came to me, because I had a joke already. I was gonna be like, you do not know the power of the Bezos side.
I was gonna ask this up at the end, but it ended too quickly.
I'm glad I brought back Owen Spider Wilson. That was
If
like the
you
best
were
thing.
gonna, if you were gonna end that on me with like the footsteps walking up, that's exactly what I was gonna do.
Yeah.
And then you said oh wow, and I'm like, oh yeah, he's already going for it, but that's good.
Yeah, ever since you said that, and then we like completely moved on from that very quickly, I was like, poor Cameron, his idea cast aside like a fart in the wind. That's a better reference.
No, it's a turd.
No, I was planning on bringing that back at some point.
Yeah. All right. We should do.
That was a good story.
The next one.
Hey, do you not know who Owen Wilson is?
No.
He voiced
I looked him up
Lightning
and I did not
McQueen.
recognize him.
He voiced Lightning McQueen.
Yeah.
Life is
Yeah.
a highway.
That was the Rascal.
Yeah,
Flatts.
that movie, mate.
Owen Wilson.
What was the
is
theme of the
lead
next
singer
one?
of
I already
Rascal
forgot. Oh, Slenderman. Survival.
Yeah, guy doing 8 pages in real life.
We should
3
change
people
it
doing
to
Yeah, we should just
Slenderman.
roll.
It's
Guys, shh,
it's
guys,
Peppa
shh,
Pig.
guys, shh. Do you hear that?
What is that noise? Why is there a goat? Oh, it's a llama. Oh, it's a wandering trader. That's on fire.
Slenderman sign.
For audio listeners, something crazy just happened. Anyways.
Okay. So
I
this is
think
one
I've
guy,
wet
right?
my trousers.
No, it's... Yeah, one
I
guy.
feel
one
like 3
guy.
people is hard to control.
It is,
A
yes.
little bit. They're so good though.
Okay, one guy. Rage, you
It was
always
just rage
start
that
it
wasn't
off, so...
listening.
Started off.
Yep.
Bob wakes up in a plane, flying really fast through the sky. Its turbines ringed through his ears. He woke up, all of a sudden he's like, what? And there was an army soldier next to him, he's like, kill the Slender Man. And then Bob gets put out of a plane, he has a parachute on his back, and he gets dropped down into a dark and dingy forest. With the only thing going through his mind was what the soldier told him, kill the Slender Man.
Kill the Slender Man. Kill the Slender Man. Bob crashes through the trees. His parachute opened too late, but only slightly too late. He survives, but he breaks his left toe. His left big toe. He gets up off the ground, off the grass in the dark forest. He takes off his parachute, and he looks down at his foot. He's like, ow. He's like, ow.
Oh, no, it's someone else.
No one will listen for this one.
Wait guys, I have a comment from the last story.
Okay.
I did not pick up at all that he was supposed to be Freddy Fazbear. I was thinking Freddy Krueger the whole time.
Are you
So I was
serious?
like,
Oh
why are
my
you doing a
God.
robot voice? I literally did not pick that up the entire time.
Dude, he
you
was dressed
serious?
in a bear outfit.
I know.
He said top hat. Oh my god.
I thought Freddy Krueger.
No, I literally
Okay.
just looked up. I looked across my room and I was like, Freddy. I'm gonna turn this guy into Freddy Fazbear.
Okay, moving on.
Oh my god.
You're special, stupid.
Okay.
Hold up. Monty's having a dream,
Don't care.
so he'll probably be doing you okay.
Don't care.
You good.
I will kill you anyways. That's a reference.
Continue with story. I forget what's happening.
Okay.
He parachuted in.
Bob
Broke
hits
his
the
left
floor,
big toe.
broke his left big toe, and Bob thought, that's gonna hurt if I try to run. I have to not run. He looks around. I have to kill the Slender Man. I have to kill the Slender Man. Kill the Slender Man. Kill the Slender Man. That's in his head.
Dang it! Why'd you say that?
Cause
Can I redact or
No,
retract
no.
your final statement?
I mean, you can. It's your turn. You can do anything on your turn.
It wasn't in his head. It was someone whispering right behind him. He turned around to see who it was. I don't know why I'm a pirate right now. He turned around to see who it was. It was a crack. No. It was, he turned around but saw nobody nearby.
suffocating because he's not in water.
What?
The crack.
No, there is no crack. No, Kraken does not
I know.
exist.
I know.
Young lass.
I was joking. Lass? What? Excuse me.
Well, you're a bitch. That's fine.
Okay, moving on.
So he turns around to see who was whispering in his ear to kill the Slender Man. And he saw running away from him was, wait, who told him to kill the Slender Man?
Army soldier.
An army soldier in the plane he was dropped out of.
Okay, yeah, he sees an army soldier with his pants down running off into the forest. He questions what that was that he saw, but he continues on for his mission is to kill the Slender Man. He walks forward until he sees a big white house. Not a big white house. A typical big white house. Right? You get what I mean?
Like yours.
Yeah. Yeah. Like that. Like 2-story white house.
Mm-hmm.
With a car parked outside of it. But the driver door is still open and the car is beeping. He notices the door is open and figures someone must be around. And he thinks that they might be in the house, so he heads that way, noticing a pizza appears to be on the roof, but heads to the front door anyways. That's a reference, by the way.
Bob opens the door, thinking this might be a trail to the Slenderman. He ventures through the house. Though it looks very nice on the outside, it did not on the inside. He's walking around. First, he walked into the kitchen. Very icky. There was like beetles and worms crawling. Bombardier beetles crawling all over the kitchen. He's like, you. So he doesn't run. He walks to the next room.
Yes, because it's
He
broken.
cannot run. He enters the living room. He looks at the couch and he's like, I'm not going to sit on it. And he goes around to the table, the TV, like, table. The dog's whining, I don't know what's... The dog's whining, I don't know what's going on.
Is that part of the
Okay.
story?
No. Okay, he opens the TV desk drawer. He finds
How many names does this thing have?
flashlights.
TV desk drawer.
He finds a flashlight. He turns it on. Good as new.
What is
He
it?
gets to the second floor. Nothing special about the second floor. But he looks out a kid's bedroom window. And he sees a flash of a tall man in a suit with a white head. It flickered on a mountain very far away, then was gone. He's like, oh. Is that the Slenderman?
That's the Thunderman. The Tinderman.
Okay. Jello walks. Oh wait, no, his name's Bob.
Jello.
Bob.
Return. The return of Jello.
Okay. Bob.
Saget.
Bob. Walks down the stairs and opens the front door. He knows he must kill the Slenderman. He starts. I'm ignoring you. What? Sound effect. He starts to walk down the trail, but then he realizes that is a long walk, and I am injured. I need to find a vehicle. He looks around and finds a tractor with a wagon behind it, like a hay wagon. It's not overfilling. It's like just enough for like people to sit in. He turns on the tractor. The keys are still there, but it's making a lot of noise. For some reason, Bob has some kind of primal fear that loud noises is not a good idea. He just can't explain why. He turns off the tractor and looks for something else.
Okay, question before I go. Are we being serious with this one or funny?
Both.
Okay. I'm leaning into the funny. He looks into a old shed. He looks towards an old shed.
Did you
He
say
walks over to
lean?
No. Not yet. He opens the shed, and inside it's the baby car. He checks the fuel gauge. It's fully gassed up, and the keys are inside. So he hops in, turns the keys, and let's go. And
No, it's the
he
meat canyon
starts her up.
version of the car.
Yeah, he starts driving along.
Quiet.
He starts driving in a dark, narrow pathway, heading deeper into the forest, deeper into the home of Slenderman, the most, into the home of Tender Man, the most tender man of all. Some say just one touch of his skin could harm him for the rest of his life.
For the rest
Okay,
of his
Rich, go
life.
on.
My turn.
For his life.
Yep, your turn.
But he can't have a wife, he's so tender.
My turn.
Slendy gay.
My turn.
Yes, go.
Sending like a dude.
He realized pressing on the pedal, it hurt his toe. He can no longer drive since he cannot use your left foot to drive. So he hops out of the baby mobile and goes along the path. But he
The
finds
baby eater.
a piece of paper on a tree. Maybe this was a clue to the Slenderman. He walks
yeah.
over,
I forgot about that.
and on the paper he sees Star Wars Ahsoka Rule 34. He's like, strange drawing. He grabs the piece of paper, and everything goes
I'll
silent.
be needing that.
Then all of a sudden, soft taps of a bass drum. It's boom, 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 boom.
It's the
It was less of a sound, but more of an ambience. That was just always there, no matter which way he looked. He continued along the trail. Maybe these pages were the key to defeating Slenderman. He ventured forth.
The bass drums. He could still hear them. The creepy ambience was getting creepier and creepier. Was he just walking at this point?
Yep,
He
because he cannot
was.
drive with his broken toe.
Please stop.
Toe's too
talking.
bad.
Toes
It's too tender.
bad. Bob walks down this trail with the paper in his back pocket. He comes to a point of the trail where it splits into two directions. There's a tree in the middle of the split that says that has another piece of paper on it, but the piece of paper has two arrows pointing in either trail. One trail says Pretoria. The other trail says the stanky leg. Which trail does he choose?
Oh, it's my turn. What was that last part that you just said? I wasn't paying attention to the last part.
The left trail says Pretoria. The right trail says the stanky leg. Which trail does he go
no.
down? I can tell
Bob.
you guys are not Family Guy fans because
Bob.
you're not laughing hysterically.
Well, Bob remembers his toe is messed up, and therefore he cannot do the stanky leg, so he goes to the left. He continues down the left pathway to what?
Pretoria.
The Pretorium.
Peter's country. Peter
The
Griffin's
Pretoria.
country.
He goes towards Pretoria. Peter Griffin, funny moments. Number 2. He goes down the left pathway, walking, and he hears noises to his left and his right. and he feels as if he feels he feels as if he is being watched, but he keeps walking down this dark dark pathway with many trees surrounding him. He continues to hear the noises, but they sound like they're getting closer and closer the further he walks. Eventually, at the end of this pathway, it sounds as if the things are the thing is right next to him, on either side of him. And once he makes it down to the end of the pathway, he sees in front of him is a
My turn. He turns around. What?
he turned around.
Okay. All he sees is an exclamation mark. He walks over to the exclamation mark, and there it was. There he was, Peter Griffin, in the shape of a Fortnite skin, walking around like an NPC, waiting to be chatted with.
Oh, God.
He goes over and engages in dialogue. I don't know what he sounds like. What does
You don't
Peter
know what-
sound like?
I'll do the voice.
No.
See?
Okay. Hi, I'm Peter Griffin from Fortnite.
Hi, I'm
Say it.
Peter Griffin from Fortnite.
And I have an item for you to buy. But in order for you to have this page, I need 100 gold bars. Bob was like, well, where am I gonna find gold bars? And he's like, well, if you do this quest for me, you will get 100 gold bars and be able to buy this page. So, the quest was... Yes.
Can you repeat everything?
Peter Griffin from Fortnite has a page, but Bob needs to do a quest to get this page. What is the quest?
The quest, you see, young traveler, is you must find and kill the 3 slendy tubbies around the forest. But I need you to bring me back their ugly, slendy tubby antenna things. I hate them. Is that Taco Bell?
Okay.
No.
Your turn.
Oh, it is my turning. Okay, since I was listening very intensely,
Bob needs to get 3 Teleslender antennas.
I
Well-
got that. What's the place called that the Teletubbies live in? Like weird, like none of you guys know. Never mind. Why
The
am I asking?
hill.
Yes, thank you. Actually, you know. Does it have a name, or is it just a hill?
I don't know.
Okay.
I said that twice. Sorry.
Bob starts walking to his right down a pathway that'll lead him to the Teletubbies Hill Incorporated. And he starts walking down the long. My controller died. Walking down a long pathway that will take him several hours to get to. Cut forward several hours later, he gets to the Teletubby Hill Incorporated. And he walks into the front entrance and notices there are no Teletubbies around. All he can see is a blood trail leading outside of the hill. He walks back out, but sees nothing. But standing off in the distance, he sees. I guess he didn't see nothing. He did see something. He sees in the distance a giant, purple, very strong Teletubby, giant muscle, looks like a tank from Left 4 Dead, but purple Teletubby, just staring at him by a tree with the corpse of the yellow Teletubby hanging from the tree. And then the purple massive Teletubby starts charging at him. He quickly runs inside of the hill, shuts the door behind him, and looks for a second way out.
Bob was ambushed. As soon as he closed the door, a green and blue Teletubby came from behind him.
Green and red.
Green and red came from behind him. Long, stringy creatures. They are ducking because they are taller than the ceiling. And they advance towards Bob. Them being long, they have a wide opening in their legs. Bob does a combat slide right through their legs and starts running.
Bob runs.
Oh.
Oh.
Bob, running to the other end of the hill. He hears, "Bob, get down!" And then the big purple Teletubby jumped right over him as Bob ducked, and Peter Griffin from Fortnite shot the Teletubby in its belly. And then the purple Teletubby's like, a bunch of tentacles came out of its mouth, and were like, and it fell to its demise. But
Sorry to
the other
interrupt you,
Teletubbies...
but I'm about to be raped by a llama.
Repairs.
Repairs.
Peter Griffin said, "Thank you. I need you to lead me to them. Now we can defeat them together."
Peter Griffin and Bob.
From Fortnite.
Peter Griffin from Fortnite leaves Bob because he has stuff to tend to. Bob continues on his quest to get the other two Slendertubby antennas. He only has one, right?
Yep.
Okay. Well, he gives that one to Peter Griffin before he leaves, so he needs two more. Bob looks around the hill some more, and he tries to find an entrance, I think. He looks up at the sky and sees the moon. It has a baby's face on it, and it is very creepy, like some Majora Mask type crap. I think that's the game that the creepy moon is from.
You're right.
It is creepy. And I said that.
Just do decree it. Are you done?
Yep.
Where's he at right now?
He's looking for an entrance to the hill.
The hill that he was just in?
A different one.
Different one? Okay, Teletubby Hill .co 2. He is looking. Okay, he continues looking for a entrance into the hill, and he decides to climb on top of the hill and get to the top and see if there's a way through there. He sees a skylight on the top, and he peers through to see what's inside. And all that's inside seems to be a chest in the middle, with nothing else around it. He's very sketched out, sus. He notices that that's very sus. It's very like a very sussy buckaroo down there. Um, and he decides to grab out of his back pocket that he had some rope. He ties it off to a antenna that was on top of the roof, and he busts the skylight and repels his way in with the rope. Okay. He makes it to the bottom, and he goes to the chest in the middle, and he proceeds to open it. And it's another the Teletubby antenna.
Hey.
Already detached.
But
What
as soon as he grabs the antenna, the ground around him starts to rumble.
Indiana Jones.
Yes, just like Indiana Jones, except it's not. And skeletal Teletubby hand starts reaching out of the ground and pulling themselves out, and then zombie Teletubbies start coming out of the ground. There seems to be at least a dozen of them, and they all start walking towards Bob.
My turn. Wait, so he got only one antenna from the chest, right?
Yes.
And now there's like a bunch of mini Teletubbies chasing him.
There's a bunch of regular-sized zombie Teletubbies chasing him.
Emphasis
You know, there's an
on
easy
regular
solution to
size.
this. Goes
Regular
back up the
size
rope he came
everywhere,
from.
but down there.
He goes back up the rope that he came from, and get out of there unscathed. And he closes the skylight door, just in case. He's like,
It was a window and he busted it open. He can't close it retard.
oh, well. And he's like,
Closing up the broken window.
and you realize
He tapes it back.
he's
together.
missing an antenna. So he goes back down. What has he got?
Hmm?
But before Peter Griffin left, he gave Bob a tactical shotgun with a long shell. He shot one of the Teletubbies and pulled its body up as he climbed the rope, and he got his third antenna.
I heard a bro.
Peter Griffin, or Bob. Huh? Bob gets his antennas, sets them in his back pocket, and has the multiple-hour trip back to Peter Griffin from Fortnite.
Okay, now
Yes.
it's my turn. Okay. Bob returns unscathed slightly to Peter Griffin. Peter Griffin has this to say.
I thank you, Trifler, for renting the Slendertubbies antenna. Here is your page, Bob. And before you go, remember, beware the Slenderman. He doesn't like people older than 16 wandering his forest.
Bob takes note and walks away.
I don't even know what he said.
I'll play it
I couldn't
again.
understand a word.
I'll play it again.
No, that's not gonna help. Just tell me. Just what?
Just listen carefully. Listen carefully.
I thank you, Trifler, for renting the Slendertubbies antenna. Here is your page, Bob. And before you go, remember, beware the Slenderman. He doesn't like people older than 16 wandering his forest.
He says, "Ah, thank you, Traveler, for returning the Slendertubbies antenna. Here was your page, Bob. And before you go, remember, be wary the Slenderman. He doesn't like people older than 16 wandering his forest."
Fired! Shots fired!
Dude really pulled up a soundboard.
Dude. Okay, so are you
What's
done
on
now?
the page? Yes. He walks away with his page.
Okay. You give him a page?
Mm-hmm. I thought that's what the
Oh.
prize was.
That was the quest.
Oh, okay. He grabs the page and looks at it, and this page, instead of the Ahsoka Rule 34, it's Among Us sword.
Gosh.
And he puts that in his back pocket with the other page that he kept. Shut up, Peter Griffin, you're not here. And he uses this information to head forward further into the forest near where the home of Slenderman's home is, which is in a cave far away. We still have a little while till we get there. He keeps walking further and further, and then his vision starts to distort, and he starts to see static and has this weird sound in his head that he's hearing, and he just has to look away because he can't. It's like messing with his brain so much, and then when he looks away, it goes away. But then he looks back and it comes immediately back. Yeah, it's like that. He realizes this means he must be getting closer to Slenderman, and he continues into the direction that keeps giving him this distortion in his brain. He walks for what felt like hours, but was only a few minutes. Yes.
His pockets just felt heavier. He looked at the page he just got from Peter Griffin from Fortnite. There were 6 other pages stapled to it. He has all the 8 pages. It is time to confront Slenderman.
Oh, yeah.
Because, getting 8 pages might have taken a little longer than we expected.
Wait, no. Now he has 9
He-
pages. There's
No.
the Ahsoka one, there was the one on the tree in the split of the trail. And then,
The Ahsoka one was the one on the tree.
no, it was a different one. The first one was the
Not the one
Ahsoka
who
one.
said it.
And then I said that when there was the split at the trail, there was a page.
Oh, I didn't know that one counted.
Stupid. Idiot.
Okay.
What was on that one?
Now hit.
The arrow saying.
Eh.
It was lore.
Okay, he goes to confront Slenderman, but, where's Slenderman? He walks forward, I don't know, waiting for a sign for Slenderman. That.
As he walks through the dark forest, looking for a sign that distorted the static in his head still, he gets to a very, very tall tree that seems like the center point or the focus point of the forest. He realizes that this is it. This is where Slenderman lives, inside of the tree. He decides to find an entrance.
Is that it?
He finds an entrance, opens the secret tree door, and goes inside. There's a staircase, a spiral staircase that goes down, and he goes down the spiral staircase. And it's dark and damp and wet and icky, and it opens up into a room with Slenderman in it. It's a long, long hallway with like a very, very tall roof. And Slenderman's at the other end.
no, wait.
Yes, he is.
Oh, come on. Can you just say no so I can do the funny?
No.
You gotta think of something to override it, or it happens forever.
He sees what he thought was Slenderman, but it was just more distortion in his head from this weird effect that the tree seems to be giving off. He gets closer, and then he realizes it's Ben. He walks up to Wise Ben and asks, "Sir, do you know where Slenderman is?" And he says, "Yeah." I don't know if you heard it the first time. And then he says, "Could you take me to Slenderman?" And Ben replies with, "Yeah." And then there's a rumbling. And then all of a sudden, Slenderman appears. Bob turns around and is ready to fight Slenderman. And then he hears something in the distance start to play. He knows this is the time for him to fight the Slenderman. Take it over, Rage.
Bob scavenged through his pockets. All he had was pieces of paper. He had nothing to fight the Slenderman. He tries to run back up the spiral staircase, but he saw something that he didn't see before, which white sticky substance is slathered all around the walls and hangs from the ceiling. Like, maybe I can use this. This white sticky stuff was more solid than fluid. He swings on him like Tarzan. he swings, and as he swings, he goes really far back. It seems to do like a drop kick from the sperm vine.
Sperm.
That is it.
Sperm.
He drop kicks Slenderman with his bad foot. He says, "Ah!" And then Slenderman wipes his face with his tentacle, and he says, "All that for a drop of blood." Slenderman picks Bob up by the throat and throws him against the wall. Bob is stuck against the wall. But then the whole room shakes as they hear something stepping down the stairs. Something big. Something very, very big. It gets to the bottom of the steps, and all they hear is,
I'm back, bitches.
Peter Griffin cuts Bob down from the the stuff, the substance, and says, "Get up, Bob." I didn't type anything up for this one. "Get up, Bob. Take this." And he gives Bob a spear laced with Slenderman poison. No, laced with Slendy Tubby poison. Peter Griffin says...
No, I think it's laced with...
Oh, the room's covered in spots. No. He says, this spear is covered with, Slendy Tubby blood. It will poison Slenderman. You just got to get close enough to hit him with it. All you need is a drop of blood.
Wait, it has the blood on it?
The
Or he
spear?
needs... Uh-huh.
The spear has Slendy Tubby blood on it. He needs to get a drop. All he needs to do is get a drop of Slendy Tubby blood into Slenderman's blood. But that's not gonna be hard.
Okay. Where did
that's not gonna be
Slenderman
easy.
bleed at?
His body.
Well, no, he already bled a drop of blood somewhere, wherever it was from.
No, he needs to get the gosh darn the Slendy blood into Slenderman's bloodstream, not just mix the two blood
Okay,
together.
so he needs to put the blood on the spear into
No.
Slenderman's body.
Why are you doing this to me?
Basically, right?
No. He needs to stab Slenderman with the spear, that's all. And he dies.
What I just said. He needs to get the spear into his body, like stab him.
Wait, your turn. Nope, wait, it's Cameron's turn.
Oh, wait, it's your turn. We're going backwards now. Woo!
Oh, it's Cameron's turn. It's Cameron's turn.
No, I get it.
Okay.
It's fine.
No, it's Cameron's turn.
Okay. Bob grabs the spear and gets in like ready position to fight with Slenderman. Slenderman walks over to him, not phased at all, as you can tell his expression, and slaps the spear right out of his hands. Bob falls onto his butt onto the ground and is worried. He reaches for the spear to pick it back up and pick himself back up, but Slenderman grabs him by the throat. My controller died.
My turn?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Peter Griffin and Bob, out of options. Peter Griffin does the
And
last
Ben.
thing that he
Isn't Ben
could.
there?
Ben's he's
I wasn't listening
It's
when
not
you
a part
said
of it. No, Ben's still there. He's just not a part of it.
Ben. Okay.
Bob
He's just watching.
and Peter Griffin from Fortnite. They're out of options. Peter Griffin did the last thing that he knew to do. Everyone teleported into a round circle. Peter Griffin says, This can only end in one way. It's for Slenderman to be voted out. Around the circle was Ben. Three
Slendy Tubbies. Slendy Tubbies.
Slendy Tubbies, Slenderman himself, Peter Griffin from Fortnite, and Bob. People he met in his journey, all around in the circle. It was time for them to cast their votes.
It's my turn.
Yes.
Dead silence as each person at the table looked at each other. Slenderman appeared to not move at all. One by one, all the votes were sent in. The screen came up, and it said
Wait.
Peter Griffin was voted out. Peter Griffin looks at Bob. He says this.
Remember me, Bob. Remember me, Ben.
Crap, the rest of it didn't load. Long live Victoria! And he's thrown out of the room. The emergency meeting ends.
Everyone comes back out of the emergency meeting back into their same positions that they were just in. Except during the emergency meeting, Slenderman had no longer had Bob by the throat. Bob was now standing in front of him with a spear in his hands. Bob, now enraged, wanting revenge for his fallen brother, Peter Griffin from Fortnite, grabs the spear and swings it fully around and stabs Slenderman right into the chest with it. But Slenderman had teleported right at the last moment. Right before he would have been stabbed, he teleported right behind, not Ben, what's Bob. and Slenderman let out his tentacles from behind his back and whispered to Bob and said, "Long live the..." What's the reference I'm looking for here? Oh, I think it's "Long live the Empire." I think that's... I don't know, that sounds right. That sounds like it was probably somewhere.
Who says that?
And then, I don't know, I'm just saying it. Shut up! Get out of my way! And then stabs Bob in the back with his tentacle that is freshly sharpened for reasons.
So Bob was just stabbed.
Yeah, Bob gets stabbed.
Bob falls to the ground and is succumbed to the sperm around. Then that's out his final run. And then he gets succumbed by the cum. Slenderman standing there, succumbed by the cum. Slenderman stands there, menacingly. But then, out of the corner of Slenderman's face, Peter Griffin from Fortnite wasn't gone just yet. Flying in, above and beyond, was Peter Griffin. Done. Nope, that's not meant to play. Peter.
Force Ghost.
This is what he says.
Ammo Force Ghost.
Shut up, shut up.
I am Force Ghost.
Peter Griffin is a force ghost, and he snaps Slender's neck, but Slenderman unsnaps his neck with the time stone. Peter Griffin has an epic force ghost Slenderman battle and takes the time stone from Slenderman. He used the time stone to bring Bob back from the business, from the
Open.
substance, and Ben, I guess.
Yeah.
Freaking Bob takes a shattered piece of the spear. Did the spear get broken?
No. Spear's good. It's just on the ground.
Bob takes the spear as Slenderman is distracted with with Peter Griffin from Fortnite. He stabs Slenderman through the heart with the spear. The Slendy Tubby blood mixes with Slenderman's blood. The Slenderman starts shaking and falls to the ground in a gooey mush. Peter Griffin says,
Wait, did you go Bob?
I don't
Check
even know what he
Slendy's
said.
pockets, he's probably got hella cash.
no, listen.
Check Slendy's pockets, he's probably got hella cash.
The end.
Wait, right before it ends though, Peter Force Ghost Peter Griffin from Fortnite, and Bob and Ben all look down at the dead Slenderman's body, but then they notice in the top of their vision, #1 victory royale. The end.
Yeah.
I have an end credit scene.
Yay.
I have the music.
Going down the spiral street staircase.
You mean up?
Is it? No, down into like the Slenderman.
Oh, okay.
Going down is like a slosh, like a slushy snow. You walk down, or it walked down the spiral staircase to see Slenderman oozing a purple stream. Familiar face Jello says under his breath, I'll do it myself. Fine, I'll do it myself.
God, I heard that.
Bine.
Dina.
Gone down. I revived him. Now we're heading southbound. Now we're in the Pleasant Park streets.
As the credits are rolling. Yeah.
Xbox to play Fortnite today. You can take it easy, but not Blu-ray. I really love you. Chopped up with you. We can be true Fortnite gamers. Got some heals in the shield pot. I need healing, and I am sorry. Nothing on this. Sorry. Check the upstairs of that house. There's a chest down there. The storm is coming fast and you need heals to prepare. I've got V-Bucks that I'll spend, more than you can contend. I'm a cool pro Fortnite gamer. Cool pro Fortnite gamer.
Yeah.
I tried to pause at the right moment.
Force Ghost. Force Ghost. Force Ghost. Check Slender's pockets. He's probably got hella cash. I'm back, bitches. I think you trade for renting in the Slendy Tubbies, Anthony. Here is your page, Bob. And before you go, remember, beware the Slenderman. He doesn't like people older than 16 wandering his forest.
Peter Griffin is the MVP of this game. This is a game that
That's
we're
it,
making,
that
right? We gotta make this a game, bro.
A game.
I don't know. The 8 pages.
The
retarded
sequel we just made.
What do we call this? The
Um,
story.
Chronicles of Lean.
the lean was only at the end.
Yeah, but they
With the
tie
Jello
together.
end credit.
Oh, what do we call
Yeah.
just this story? Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm. Slender who?
Slender who?
Tubba Slender.
Hubba
we
Slender.
call it OMG, shocked emoji, Slenderman and Fortnite, red arrows, red circles, dead skull, like the skull emoji. That's what we call it.
No, we call it Andor Episode 5. The axe remembers.
Andor episode 5.
The axe remembers. We call it Andor Episode 5.
And fine with the X.
It was the extended edition. That's the scene they took out.
Yeah.
They took out... Check Slendy's brackets, he's probably... Yeah, I don't remember what he said.
We totally just
Probably got
forgot
hella
about the being dropped out of the
Yeah.
plane by the military.
Oh yeah, we completely disregarded the military timeline.
Military don't even matter now that Ben's there.
Yeah, Ben and Peter.
Ben literally just sat there watching a boss battle commence in front of him.
Sitting on his throne of lies.
No. Ben.
Right.
Yes.
Well,
No.
that was our 2 stories. We need to do the
got-
campfire
gotta-
song.
Yeah, I was just looking at chords or something. Looking at some notes.
We need to think of some lyrics.
Take me to the.
No.
This might sound
Can't be the
familiar.
Fortnite. Play me what I'm singing to. What we are singing.
Here, Rage, I'll get on. Wait. Rage, I know what you could play. Oh.
I know what I'm playing.
It never ends.
That's the horror version. Rach, play what you play the chords.
Okay.
does he?
Yeah, you gonna
This is just
you gonna
this is
sing?
just a rehearsal. I
Okay.
need lyrics first. Gonna figure out the
Okay,
rhythm
I'm
of the
just-
lyrics.
Oh, I should probably get it close.
Yes, thank you. I hope
I'm
they're
like a
nervous.
golem mode while playing.
Ultimate guitar position.
Can you hear this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that Tom Petty?
Come on with lyrics. It's Hey Jude. It's the only thing
Oh.
that just came to my mind for no reason.
I thought that was Tom Petty Free Fallin' for a minute. But then I was like, This is some Beatles song I don't know. 'Cause I'm free.
Wait, how about you try something like this?
Free fallin'.
Like what? It's not very. It's not something you can really sing out loud.
That's not a campfire song.
What are campfire songs?
C-A-M-P-F.
How do you play this one again?
Campfire
Like,
songs.
Kumbaya.
Kumbaya,
Yeah, would that be a good one? They can both sing.
Yeah, but
Oh,
we
I
need to replace
did
it.
something.
We need to replace the lyrics with Dirt Couch
Okay.
horror.
Okay.
Dirt Couch.
How do you spell kumbaya?
I don't even know.
Yeah, how do you play it? Like,
Oh, there it is. Riverside Gospel.
How do you play it again? How do you play DVD theme again?
Oh,
Like,
I don't
C,
know.
C sharp, C, B, something like that, I don't know. Oh, no. that was
No.
wrong.
It's like.
Oh, it's C sharp, C, C sharp, B, or B flat. B flat. Is that B flat that you're playing?
Wait, what is it? What'd you say?
C sharp.
C sharp.
Yeah, that's it.
C sharp, C sharp, B flat.
Yes, that.
And if I make it like this. Wait, that's not right. But. That's not right. No. There we go. Right. Yeah.
This song is goof. I don't like it.
Maybe we should add this in post. Thinking more on this.
It should be like garbage. 'Cause that'd be a good ending.
It would.
I could play,
Just pick campfire songs.
how does this song go again? It's like. Yeah.
Yeah, this campfire song.
What?
Forget the rest of the notes.
Or
I
it doesn't have to be a
knew.
song.
Yeah?
I just play 4 chords that song.
You could play like a.
Can you get it closer, please? Can't hear.
I was just toying around.
Well, stop toying around and...
How's that sound?
Is that the Office thing?
I don't know. I'm watching a Watch Mojo top 10 campfire songs.
Watch Mojo?
Or Take Me Home.
Country road. To the place I belong. West Virginia. Alabama.
The dirt couch. Take me home. I feel like that'd be cool if we did it right.
I belong.
What's that song called again? I just forgot it.
Podcast.
What's it called? Take me.
Country Roads Take Me Home
Oh.
by John Denver.
Oh wow. Those exact chords I was screwing around with are the actual chords of the song.
Bruh.
I forgot to
What
play
about
the
musical
song.
dreams over here? What was that for?
There goes the phone.
What, is it dead?
No, it fell.
Do that. But just retarded up. So it's like,
Bruh, you're like
something like
that
that.
one peanut from the Peanuts.
I'm watching Marty music.
Not
The
Mario.
first comment, that song I play while I explore the wastelands.
Dun, dun, dun. Good.
Fallout 76 player.
Dun, dun. Oh, how do you remember bass clef again? Good boys do fine always.
Yeah.
It's just
Okay.
one whole... Wait.
A and
It's just two
No,
whole
not
steps
A.
down, right?
I don't
Probably.
remember.
boys do D and 4 notes. D.
No, it's-
1, 2.
It's one whole step. Oh wait, no, it is two. Never mind, you're right.
Wait, it goes from A.
To F.
Wait, to this? No, I'm playing something. Shut up.
Oh.
A and what is that? B, C, D, E. To this. And then it goes down to this. And then it goes up to this. And then this. Okay, so it goes.
Oh, there we go. I like this guy.
Okay. And then the notes are A, E, A, E, A, E, A, E, A, D, E, C, B.
Okay, you guys gotta pull up some lyrics.
I'm thinking of some right now. Take me home to the couch I belong. Western
Like,
Minecraft.
kind of combine it with, like... Actually, just never mind. Just make sure it, like, covers, like, the whole kind of, like, intro.
The what?
Maybe I should just, like, record it on my phone and then just send it to you and you do your voice over it.
Yeah.
I'm playing that.
I might even do that right now.
I was wrong. Frick. Shut up. Beat you. Two big ones for you, my dude. Wait, I might have like a song already made. Are you guys there?
Mm-hmm. I don't know if
There's
you're-
songs on here. Hey, wait, you might know this one.
What? It's amazing, Grace.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. I know how to play this one. Wait, no, this isn't the one I know how to play.
I have lyrics for like the chorus.
This is the one I know how to play. 'Cause it's just, or something like that.
Oh, to joy. That's in D major.
But I have lyrics for the "Take Me Home" chorus. Take me
Okay.
home to the couch I belong. Western Minecraft. Their couch podcast. Take me home. Dirty roads.
Dude, that slaps.
Wanna take my couch to the dirtiest place. I'm gonna sit on a couch. You know what I just thought that would be super cool?
What?
Is there was a way for us to be able to, just as like one of our stupid projects, I think, that we just randomly do, make a parody of a song, which we could still do this, make a parody of a song, and then, like, not have to actually sing the words, though, and just have something that can sing what we write for it.
Huh?
We could still do a thing where we just, like, make parody lyrics for a song or something, but,
Yeah.
if there was, like, a way for us to actually then make it, but without us having to sing, because none of us can sing.
Speak for yourself.
Sing, please.
Okay, Jack, I might record like a bit of the chorus and see if it works.
Well, before you do that, no, I'm just gonna add this in post. So I'm gonna turn off the stream and get on YouTube and
This can't be like the
lyrics.
FNAF in the Hood rap. This